becoming an answer for everything Mankind throws at him. Up and then a big slam into the pin. Is this all? No, only a 2 count. Mankind able to reverse that. Big shoulder toss. Mankind going to the second rope. Big elbow drop. Well, big, maybe not. Moderate elbow drop. Oh, taking him over with a big face crusher. Now look, he's doing a little jig in the corner, celebrating. What a jig it is. I wonder what music he hears in his head while he's doing that jig. And there it is, Mr. Socko! Mr. Socko on Batista! Is he going to tap? Is Batista going to tap to Mr. Socko? He doesn't. Batista up. Big punch to the gut. A big spear. It's almost as if Mr. Socko upset Batista. 2, is that a 3? No, only 2.5. See, Batista thought that spear was going to be enough to put Mankind away. What you got to remember about Mankind is he's made a career out of taking punishment. He may not be the most athletic, the most charismatic, but he can take a beating. And that's what separates him from a lot of superstars. And if you're not prepared for that, you'll find yourself unable to keep him down for the 3. As Batista is finding out now. Mankind has definitely rallied in the second half of this match. Taking it to Batista. Batista firing back. And Mankind on the outside. And with a guy like Mankind, you almost have to take it to the outside because there's not enough you can do to him in the ring that's going to beat him. But of course, taking it to the outside has its risks. And Batista, his back dropped on that concrete. This is not the result he was looking for, getting tossed back into the ring. Big suplex. Stretching those arms. But the power of Batista. Elbow to the back of the head, and that can really incapacitate an opponent. Shinbreaker. Batista getting picked apart, body part by body part here. Mankind wiping the sweat from his face. And you got to think, looking rather happy with himself, and that was terribly timed. As Batista coming up, Mankind able to counter the Batista bomb, escape it, but Batista still managed to stay on top of him, for now anyway. And there's that spinning backdrop, all that torque, as the blood rushes to your head. And now that modified armbar, not enough to put him away. Gutbuster, it's good to drive the air out of your opponent. Your opponent can't breathe, they can't fight. Now Mankind is stalking Batista, waiting for him to get to his feet. And there it is again! A second Mr. Socko! A second Mr. Socko! Is this enough? Is Batista going to tap? Is Batista going to tap? Batista didn't tap. Able to break the hold of Mr. Socko. And my God, this match has had everything at this point. Now Mankind taking Batista to the top. Oh, and that side slam from the top rope. That's got to be it. This match is over. 2 and 3. No, Batista! Batista with that last second count out. And you got to think, if he can answer that count after that, he is still in this match. Kick to the gut. Walking Mankind to the center of the ring. Gut buster. Batista. Is Batista going to the top? We don't often see this from the big man. And a massive elbow drop. How he managed to spin his body in midair, I never know. And look at that, just working the shoulder of Mankind. And that grip there, that's going to leave you with a cramp. That's going to make that entire arm useless. Now he's picking him up for a power bomb. The first power bomb like that, of course, was on the outside. And is it enough? 2. And a kick out at 2. This is what we were talking about earlier. Mankind can take a beating. Mankind fighting out of the corner. A little, not sure what happened there. But Mankind able to get out of it with a Russian leg sweep. Picking Batista up. Batista with a big clothesline. Oh, and kicking Mankind in the face. And that leather mask has metal studs in it. I don't know if that is going to take some of the punishment for you or if it's going to make it worse. Big shots to Mankind's back here. Mankind, though, able to take Batista down. Eye rake. And then here's got the chin lock. Mankind with a jawbreaker there to get out of that chin lock. Desperation move. These two going back and forth here. You got to think the first person who gets a clear advantage is going to be able to win this match. Both men exhausted. Batista with a side breaker there. And Batista signaling for the Batista bomb. If he can hit this time, you've got to think this match is over. And here it comes. Batista bomb. All he's got to do is roll forward and go for the pin. This match is over. Mankind able to kick out of the Batista bomb after suffering so much damage. After suffering a powerbomb early in the match on the outside, he is still able to kick out. He is still in this match. And he's proven that there with that punch to the gut. And a third Mr. Socko. A third Mr. Socko. Is Batista going to be able to hold on? Batista holding on somehow. How either of these men are still going, I have no idea. Mankind going for the pin. Oh, nearly a 3 count. Got to think if that last move had a bit more velocity, this would have been all over. Oh, that scoop slam into the ropes. If you're unsure about what those ropes are at home, they're just that. They are rope covered in electrical tape. They're very tight, so when you get thrown against them like that, it's got no give, and there's 3. That's the end of the match. Mankind able to win that just by soaking up more damage than Batista could put out. Batista here with that big choke and then slam. Like a choke slam. That was a 2 count there. And here was a Mr. Socko Could have been the first, could have been the third, I don't know. How Batista was able to keep going after Mr. Socko, I will not know. That mandible claw is bad enough, but when you have a disgusting sock on, really it should be a foreign object. There was that face slam off the top rope, and that's what did it. 2 and 3. Mankind gets the win over Batista. And look, he thought he was coming out this match to referee. So, he's got to be happy with the win when he thought he was a referee. Mick is going to stumble to the back now. Do whatever Mankind does. I think he sits in the boiler room. Pulls at his hair. Very strange individual. Now we have our main event of the evening, and what a main event it is. The Ultimate Warrior versus Bret Hart. What a match. And here comes Warrior, the European champion, running to the ring. Oh, the strength it takes to make those ropes act like that. The millions of warriors feeding him the fuel for the ship that is his body. And here comes Bret, the Hitman Hart. The best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Allegedly. Some would call him the total package. Great technical wrestler. Not the best talker though. But you can't have everything. And there are those hearts that are synonymous with the Hitman. Choosing to keep the shades this time, not giving him to a youngster. And these two are ready to go. And look at that Warrior with that power just marching the Hitman back into those ropes. Neither man opting for a cheap shot there. But then the Warrior unloading. The Hitman locking in the figure 4 leg lock. No, we thought that match could have been over right then. A master of submission is Bret Hart, but you're dealing with raw power when you go up against the Ultimate Warrior. Bret Hart managing to throw him off. Big clothesline though. Whip there, big boot. And you can see Warrior is the more powerful of the two. That is certain. Bret Hart gonna have to rely on all of his technical know-how. big suplex there from Warrior. Just that kick to the gut, then just that sledgehammer-like arm to the back. Bret Hart answering with speed, that drop kick, getting behind the Warrior. Backdrop there. Big belly to belly. Warrior now on the receiving end. Just as I say that though, he turns things around with a shoulder block. Jawbreaker. And Bret Hart able to create some distance there with that sick whip into the corner. But Warrior, with that shot to the gut, straight back on him. And a big fall away slam. See that, gentlemen? It's his first WCW event. Better late than never. Warrior taking him up. Big military press. Bang, just dropping him there. And going for the pin. Is that going to be enough? Is the power going to be enough to win this match early? And no, only a 2 count. Don't you hate it when you have a selection of nuts? But like they're mostly peanuts. And you're like, I don't want the peanuts, I want the other nuts. The other nuts are better. Warrior with a big clothesline. The Hitman fighting back. No, I said that a bit prematurely. Warrior still working the Hitman, taking him up to the top rope. Bret looks helpless here. We're going to have a, off the top rope, a big superplex. And that's got to be it. That's got to be all. Warrior pops up. And somehow, Bret is able to sweep the leg and try and get back into this match. Oh, just shot after shot to the face of the Hitman. Taking him up, bringing him down hard, and you got to think the Ultimate Warrior all but has this match sewed up at this point. Big knee to the face. Tell you what, those knee pads, they're not going to protect your face. Oh, and here we go. Military press into that slam. And what's the Warrior planning on doing now? Oh, and crushing the skull of the Hitman between those giant fists. And the Hitman somehow fighting back with a snapmare. The Warrior left himself open in the leg scissors now, but quickly escapes. And Warrior back in control again with that Irish whip. Bret fighting back. Going up to the second rope. That bulldog there. All that weight coming down on the face. That's going to make it hard to breathe. It's going to blur your vision. And now a pile driver. And things may be turning around for Bret Hart right now. Into the pin. Is it enough? Ooh, 2.5. Ultimate Warrior exchanging shots with Bret. Able to get him over with his own snapmare. Elbow to the head though. These two going back and forth now. You can almost feel that this match is coming to its conclusion. The next person to hit a big move is probably going to win. And working the leg. You got to think he's working that leg and lead up for the sharpshooter. That's where the smart money is. Warrior catching the kick, but it gets turned into an enziguri. And the Warrior goes down hard. And the Hitman going for the pin. 2. Only a count of 2. Ultimate Warrior still just too strong. And you can see Brett, he's frazzled. He doesn't know what to do here. Misjudged there from Warrior, giving Brett an opening. Turning him around there with the neck breaker. Kick to the back of the head. You gotta feel this match is building for Brett. And is this it? This is... No, a kick to the gut. Teasing the crowd there. We all thought it was sharpshooter time. Into the corner. Oh, a big kick to the gut. And what's happening here? He's dragging him to the outside. And he's locking on the figure 4 around the pole. The agony Ultimate Warrior must be in now. Just absolute agony. And he falls to the outside himself. And he may not be able to walk after that vicious maneuver. Brett picks him up, shot to the head, and takes him straight back down with a Russian leg sweep. I have not yet seen the Ultimate Warrior stand on his own volition after that sick figure 4 leg lock. See the punch there, he's staggering. Back to his feet, slamming Brett into that pole. And now he's running. The leg's obviously still okay. Up to a count of 8. And Brett makes it back in. Backdrop. And you got to feel like that figure 4 has changed the tone of this match. Goes to show that Bret Hart will do anything he can to win. And what is the Ultimate Warrior going to have to do to answer that now? Big gut buster, driving the air out of Bret. Dragging him to the center of the ring. Rolling him over. Oh, and there goes the big splash. Rolls over. Here's the pin. No. The feet were in the ropes. And that misplacement may have turned this match around. No, the Ultimate Warrior fighting back. Knows he's in desperation here. Bret. The elbow, then the kick. Ultimate Warrior just powering out. Wiping the sweat from his face. Obviously his face is bothering him. He has taken a lot of shots to the head today. Big sidewalk slam. Ultimate Warrior to his feet. Is he going to be able to end this jawbreaker? No, he's not going to be able to end it now. Russian leg sweep. These two men going back and forth now. And Bret hitting another pile driver. Another pile driver. And I think that's blood under the face paint of the Ultimate Warrior. And this match is over. This match is done. My God. The Ultimate Warrior kicking out at 2 9/10. Hey, baby. And what needs to happen to either man here for this match to end? These men have given it their all tonight. Big fall away slam there by the Ultimate Warrior. And you got to think he's got sweat, paint, blood in his eyes. He wants to finish this match as soon as possible before he becomes blinded by it all. Big just tossing Bret into the air. Bret able to answer back with a Russian leg sweep. Bringing Warrior to his feet. Warrior fighting back with a European uppercut. Backbreaker. Oh no, and oh, a drop kick to the face. And remember that he's bleeding. This is all making this worse, making his sight worse. That's 1, 2. You see those tassels going around like helicopters. And you got to think, is that giving him the updraft he needs to kick out? Fighting back there with that big punch. Kick to the gut though, slowing him down. Fighting here for control. Another kick to the gut. Fireman's carry. Kick to the gut, and then a DDT. And you got to think the head's now being targeted by Bret Hart. He's now targeting the head. Oh, a knee to the head there from Warrior. And what's Warrior going for? Big sidewalk slam. And both men are down. Both men are down. Ref, you need to start counting. Doesn't look like either of his men are making any attempt to move. And Bret there, somehow managing to get to his hands and knees. Warrior is still down though. He could have been playing possum there with that big shoulder toss. And he goes off the rope. Big splash into the pin. And Bret Hart, his feet in the ropes again. The Ultimate Warrior forced to let him up. Big backdrop. Sweeping the leg there, and you think these mistakes the Ultimate Warrior is making, giving the match to Bret Hart. Oh, big chop there. And down into the pin, and is this it? 2. No! Those helicopter tassels helping the Ultimate Warrior yet again. Big sweep there. Oh, shoulder block. The Warrior. And you got to think the Warrior needs to get a pin somewhere where Bret's not going to be able to just grab the ropes. Consistently making the same mistake. Atomic drop there. Dragging Bret away from the ropes and going for the pin. Is this enough? 1, 2... No! Not enough! And the Ultimate Warrior, he knows he's made mistakes. Got to be questioning his ability to finish this match at this point. Nothing came of that struggle there. Again, nothing coming of it. The two men too tired to really do anything. Just holding on to each other to stop the other from doing something. Bret manages a scoop slam. Brings Warrior to his feet. Warrior with a shoulder toss. Bret with a shoulder block. And is this it? Here it comes. The sharpshooter. The sharpshooter. The match is over. The match is over. Watch his hands, ref. He's going to tap. Watch his hands. That was a tap. I saw the tap. The referee didn't. This match is going to continue. Bret Hart with a Russian leg sweep. And here goes a third pile driver for the night. And that's got to be all. 1. And Warrior grabbing the ropes. My God. My God. This has me on the edge of my seat. Bret going up top. Going high risk. Needs to finish this match. Big elbow drop. And is that enough? It is not enough as Warrior sweeps the leg. Bret kicking him, creating distance. Warrior tossing him over the shoulder yet again. That power is still there. Off the rope. Big slam. And again, his feet are in the ropes. This is the third time that the Ultimate Warrior has done this. Ultimate Warrior with a big fall-away slam. Kick to the knee. Kick to the knee. At this point, every time Warrior gets close, he's just making fatal error after fatal error. Doesn't deserve to win this match at this point. Belly to belly there. And here it comes again. Another sharpshooter. And this has got to be it now. This has got to be all she wrote. Watch the hands. Watch the hands. He's struggling. He's struggling. And no tap. How is he still going? It's got to be the power of the Warrior coursing through his blood. He crawls to the ropes. Tried to get something going for himself, but taken down by the Hitman again. Turned around. Oh, into the pin. German into the pin with the bridge. And kick out at 2. Ultimate Warrior will not stay down. Jawbreaker there. Warrior trying to get something going for himself. Doesn't happen. Punch to the gut. You know, I think Warrior needs to start making better choices if he wants to be in with a chance to win this match. That bloodied face driven to the mat. Thought we had the bridge there. Thought we were going to go for another pin attempt, but no. Oh, kicks out the inner knee. Lifting him up. Big military press. Dropping him on his stomach there. He's pulling him away from the ropes this time. Is this going to be enough? Has the Ultimate Warrior somehow won after so many mistakes? No, he has not. 2.5. And someone's got to get in this ring and tell these men that this is not an Iron Man match. They do not have to go 60 minutes. Warrior depositing the Hitman. Bringing knees down on the face. And you think at this point, he wants to bust him open. Fair's fair. You busted me open. Now it's my turn. And the face slams straight back into the mat. Kicked into the head. And he's going for it again. A third sharpshooter. The legs have taken so much punishment through this match. Is the Ultimate Warrior going to tap? Is he going to tap here? How this man is not tapping out, I will not understand. It's almost like the submission minigame is terrible and the computer knows of a way to exploit it, so they're just exploiting it. It's almost like it's like that, but I would never make such a suggestion. And he goes off there, big splash into the pin. Will it be enough? Feet are nowhere near the ropes. 2, only a 2 count. Warrior signaling now, signaling for the military press. Big clothesline. Military press drop. Here comes the splash. He's just got to roll him over and go for the pin now. Just roll him over and go for the pin. And Brett able to fight back yet again. And now a Boston Crab. The Ultimate Warrior trying his hand at a submission. Oh, and Bret Hart able to reverse that. Warrior making it to his feet seamlessly in an instant. These two men going back and forth. Neither man willing to lose to the other. Big brainbuster. Straight up onto his feet again. Snapmare. Into a headlock. Trying to put him asleep. You can see the Warrior struggling, unable to get free. Is he going to go to sleep here? No, can't put him to sleep. The arm must have got tired. Warrior able to fight back, but not for long. And I thought there was going to be another sharpshooter there. But Warrior able to kick him away. He knew it was coming. Stomp to the arm. Brett with a kick to the face. Warrior reverses. Up. Big slam there from above his head. And mounting him and just punch after punch, raining down on the Hitman. And here it comes. Here comes that sharpshooter for the 4th time. Is 4 times enough? You can see him, he's reaching for the ropes. They're not even close. And no tap again. Brett going straight for the pin. And Ultimate Warrior just unable to kick out. After so much punishment to the legs, you need those legs to help you get that shoulder up. He just wasn't able to do it. And now let's have a look at some replays from that match. Jeez, that match was full of them. And you really saw, when it came to hitting big moves, Brett just seemed to be able to get more off than the Ultimate Warrior. And ultimately, that was what the difference between this match was. And being able to capitalise on those. Too many times, Warrior went for the pin, while Bret Hart was basically under the ropes. And really, at the end of the day, that's what lost him this match. And there's the 3. There's Brett celebrating, and what a match. Not just celebrating the win there, but another great match had by Bret Hart. If you needed to say a wrestler's name and great match together, you'd probably say Shawn Michaels, but then you'd think about saying Bret Hart as well. And that, ladies and gentlemen, has been Clash of the Champions. Now for a little sneak peek about what's going to be happening. Obviously Extreme Rules, 4 weeks away. Showcasing the best of Raw and SmackDown. So next week on Raw, we've got Brock Lesnar and Dolph Ziggler opening the match. Got Stephanie McMahon in action against Summer Rae. That should be good. We have New Day versus the Primetime Players, an elimination tag match. I think we had that match this week as well, so that'll be a repeat. We've got Cesaro and Tyson Kidd versus The Ascension. Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns. No, sorry, a fatal 4-way. I read that wrong. Bray Wyatt versus Roman Reigns versus Sheamus versus Randy Orton. We've got Seth Rollins against Dean Ambrose in a Falls Count Anywhere match. A grudge match to be sure. And the main event, of course, John Cena, how could it be anyone else, versus The Big Show. So we hope you join us for next week's episode of Raw. Hope you've enjoyed Clash of the Champions. Goodbye.